Hi everybody, welcome to Third Eye Tarot. This reading is for Libra for the month of September. Even though my readings are timeless, so if you found this video, it's probably for you. They are also gender neutral, so please keep in mind that, if the storyline fits for you, take it how it resonates. And let's get started. What messages do you have for Libra? What messages do you have for Libra, Spirit? What messages? Oh, the world wanted to pop out. What messages do you have for Libra at this time? Okay, a lot of stuff came out and I'm gonna take it. Beautiful. Right off the bat, I see that you are thinking about your past and your future and what it means for you in the present. You're thinking about your life story and everything that you've been through, in your childhood and how it shaped and formed you to be the person you are now. And you're just thinking about all of that and what it means for you at this time. September was eclipse season and it meant a lot of change for everyone, and it meant for all of us, different storylines, but the same energy of maturing and growing up and what that means for you. And you are using all of your life experience and you want to know how to move forward, and you are going to take action at this time, and it has to do with where you came from and where you're going. And there are themes of either childhood in your past and how you want to do better for your family moving forward. Either you're planning a family with someone, you're thinking about having kids with somebody, or you already have kids and you're thinking about basically alchemizing your past and using it for moving forward in the future in the right direction. That's beautiful. Yeah, and look how you're facing this and you're thinking about it. King of Swords, King of Wands, Knight of Swords, Tower. Yep, there's those eclipse energy. Page of Wands. Oh my god, beautiful. So basically these cards are the confirmation of the message that I was getting from before they even flipped over, if that makes sense. So exactly what I was saying. You need to embody mental clarity at this time, or if it came out upside down, it's almost telling you either embody this energy, or if it's coming out upside down for you, it means that it's kind of good that you're not using so much logic. You're really using your intuition at this time. And it's almost as if maybe in the past you were only using logic, only thinking about, oh, the situation doesn't look like this, therefore this, and just logic. But because you're thinking about the past and it has to do with children, it's almost softening your heart. And it's almost like God is showing you, hey, not everything is so straightforward all the time. There is an appropriate time for you to put logic away and trust your heart in regards to moving forward to your future. Moving forward with haste, moving forward with this drive and this energy. Again, I'm getting something really heavy about family planning for you. What does that mean for you at this time? And unfortunately, it did have to do with the Tower moment. This card is literally the card of September for everybody, because this represents to me what the eclipses are doing right now, which is shaking everything up for everybody. And it has to do with you moving forward with family planning. And basically, you may have had a rough childhood, you may have had a really hard childhood, and it's like you kind of numbed it and you said to yourself, my childhood was hard and I'm gonna push it and suppress it and not think of it at all, and I'm just gonna only think logically, I'm only gonna move forward. But it's like, because everything came crashing down around you, it really needed you to take a holistic approach to things, and instead of suppressing it, face it. You were facing it, or you need to face it, or you didn't have a choice and you needed to face it, because now now it's your turn to be a father. these messages are gender neutral, but there's a masculine energy here talking about fatherhood. And if you're a woman, maybe you're dealing with daddy issues, father issues that you didn't know you had, and it's all coming to the surface at this time. And you're being called to face your truth. No matter how ugly, how dark, how scary it was, you're facing it, but I'm almost feeling like you're facing it with courage and maturity at this time. And you're alchemizing that pain, and you're moving forward to start your own family. You're moving forward quickly. Something has ended for you, and I don't want you to be too stressed about it because it needed to happen. This ending, this truth, this revealing, this facing of a harsh truth needed to happen. And you're forsaking your childish ways at this time, your player ways. Maybe, it's all just crashing down, and it all boiled down to the fact that you are ready to put your player ways, your childish ways behind you, because literally in order to succeed and to move forward for your kids, for your family, that cannot happen anymore. That time of your life has passed, and you're moving forward into something mature at this time. And that's beautiful. Really sobering moment for you. What other messages do you have for Libra at this time? What other messages do you have for Libra at this time? The Star in reverse. This is hard because I always love to give happy-go-lucky stories, but the Star in reverse talks about something of your pride and ego, like death of the ego at this time. Death of the ego. You had a recent, I'm almost getting this storyline of it's all fun and games until it's not anymore. And we can all act the mick and keep up appearances, keep up with the Joneses until we literally can't, is the story that I'm getting. Again, gender neutral. There's a lot of male energy, so maybe this has to do with men in your circle, or maybe something about your father, or something having to do with maybe the father of your children, or again, maybe men in your circle. But it's almost like this storyline is saying it's all fun and games until it's not, and we can all fake it until we can't anymore, and that moment has arrived in September. What else for Libra? It had to do with money. It had to do with work. It came out upside down. Something about a job is not working out at this time. Something about a career opportunity. God is saying it's all gonna crash and burn, so that way it can be built up in the right way. What else do we have for Libra? What else do we have for Libra at this time? Sorry if my camera is moving while I shuffle. I hope that's not bothering y'all too much. I'm trying not to move. Oh, Queen of Swords. Okay. Oh my God. And look how it came out. Literally right, man and woman right here. Male and female energies. Oh my God. That's so crazy how the counterpart came out exactly right under there. So you have your king and your queen that came out together. King of Swords came out first, Queen of Swords, and they both came out upside down at this time. Again, I'm feeling like this energy is not so much like, hey, get your shit together, as much as it's quit trying to make this all work. It's a disaster. Please trust your instinct at this time, is the message I'm getting. Usually when swords come out, especially the king and queen, it's calling you to kind of get your mental faculties together, clear your mind, and make a smart, sharp decision. But in this reading, I'm almost feeling like it's saying, quit trying to glue together this fucking straw house that is meant to blow apart, because nobody can live in a fucked up straw hut. And you are not meant to live in this straw hut. Clearly, I'm speaking figuratively, so please accept this message and let your subconscious understand it and let your heart listen. But the message that's coming through is like, man and wife, or boy and girl, or man and woman, please hear that you trying to glue stick this straw hut together because you think it's the logic thing to do is like, oh, when something's broken, just fix it. Just fix it. That's what your brain says to do logically. You need to not do that at this time. It's coming out upside down for you, which means please throw away your logic at this point and trust yourself and let this straw hut burn to a crisp, because you need to build something on a solid foundation with bricks. So that's what's coming out. And then just like how these two came out next to each other, what's next to this card is the Magician. And I always feel like the King and Queen of Wands talk about a magician in their own right. So the Magician represents manifestation, and it talks about gathering this, basically energy and harnessing it, and then he wills it because he's the magician. He makes magic happen. And King of Wands, Queen of Wands talks about basically mastering their will. And it's not so much woo-woo. I do believe in all the woo-woo and I love it. That's why I read tarot cards, right? But I also look at it as a form of like science and common sense. So although magician sounds super out there and it's like, hey, I'm not a magician. I'm not out here casting spells and doing magic. This card calls us to understand that you work with what you have. On his table, he has all of the suits. He uses his emotions, he uses his material resources, he uses his mind and intellect, and then he uses his vigor and his will. And he's able to master all of them and command shit to like happen and to grow, right? So on a woo level, yes, we can say manifestation is real, pray about it and like make it happen from thin air. I do believe that. But at this time, it's almost saying like, hey, you need to make some magic happen right now, and you need to embody everything that you have so far to make this work. You just need to make it work at this time, is what I'm hearing. And you have this driver. You have this drive that's like pushing you towards knowing that you need to take action at this time, because it's all crumbling down, so you don't have a choice anyways. And the Magician here is saying, hey, you have everything you need. Please do something with it and make magic happen. What other messages do you have for Libra at this time? What other messages do you have for Libra? These readings are general readings, and if this is your storyline and you feel like you want something more specific for you, you can request a personal reading through Cameo, and you're able to give me a description or ask specific questions. That way I can do a reading specific to your energy, and so it's not so like up in the air and just kind of like nuanced. It's specific for your story, and it comes out scary accurate for people. So you can use the Cameo link. Also, if you appreciate this reading and you would like to show your appreciation through tips, I accept tips through Cash App. I have the link in the description box as well. They are always greatly appreciated, and I'm super grateful. Let go of the pain. Let go of any past pain that you're holding on to. moving towards this future, the whole point of the eclipse season is to kill and dead anything that's not serving us, so that way we can prepare ourselves for what is coming. And at this time, this message, this card is basically giving me a message for you that is saying we cannot afford to hold on to any past pain from our childhood or the recent past or the past. We cannot afford it anymore. We cannot carry it with us to this new beginning, to this new opportunity that is coming for all of us, not just you, Libra, but everybody who has experienced some sort of loss or change in September. We cannot afford to bring this past pain with us because it's only gonna hold us back. So there's something that Spirit is saying you need to let go of in order to make shit happen. What is a closing message for Libra? What is a closing advice for Libra at this time? What is the closing message or closing advice for Libra at this time? Closing message or closing advice for Libra. I love this. Trust yourself and trust your hard work. You're looking at your work and saying, well, shit, it's not good enough if it's all burning to the ground now. What was the point? The point is that you've harnessed it all on your special magical table, and you have to bet on yourself at this moment. And you need to trust that all of the hard work that you've put in hasn't been for nothing. It means something, and it means everything at this time. You need to let go of the pain and the subjective opinion that you have of like the woe is me vibe right now. And you need to accept that in the world's eyes, if it all came crashing down and burning, that doesn't mean that it was all for naught, because you still have all of these elements to work with. It's almost like you're saying, well, dang, if like the straw house was nothing, I worked so hard on that straw house. And it's just like, hey, the straw house wasn't for nothing, because you still have your emotional awareness, you still have your resources to work with, you still have all the intellect that you've gathered during this time, and you still have your really strong energy and self-will that you can put into starting something new or moving on to the next level in life. And I guarantee you, this loss and this change isn't moving you backwards, it's only to move you forward. So do not fret, do not give up. And I love how it's like looking back on everything, and that's kind of how it started. You were contemplating this, and it like took us on this journey for you to now look at it at a bird's eye view and move forward. I love this reading for you, Libra. It's a little bit, salt on a wound. It's a little bit harsh. It's a little bit straightforward, but I feel like that is what's going to push you forward at this time. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate your view. If you can please like, comment, share with another Libra in your life. If this story sounds like someone in your life is what they're going through, please send it to them in a text. You can copy the link and share it with somebody. That really helps me out, and it really helps this channel grow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.